Hey, hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Thursday. It is the 9-minute Phill-Up. I can't thank you enough for being with us. And I have the one and only Ray Suckoch with me today, and we are going to talk the Frank Colalella second annual golf tournament. We'll talk more. We'll talk some sports too. We can talk a little bit of everything. You're a man for all seasons. There's no doubt about that.
I'm busy.
You're just busy?
To be retired. I'm just busy.
Well, if you're supposed to be retired, why don't you retire and just go play golf? It gets boring after a while, doesn't it?
My golf game, my body has changed so much in the year, Bill.
Yeah.
That I can't hit the driver anymore. You know, I can't hit a fairway wood, but
you putt for show.
I'm pretty good. You know, from about 160 yards in. So,
there we go.
It's just a physical thing right now, Billy. It's a physical thing.
Gotcha.
I'm not as limber as I used to be.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't talk about your limberness because that's kind of private. But we will talk about golf.
Trying to beat me up too, going over there pushing that sled. I said, I'm way out of my character.
Well, he was trying to get you. He was trying to get you ready. Now Ralph was on yesterday.
Good man.
Yeah. He was on Tuesday, and we'll give it a plug. Charity helping charity. On Saturday. Reminder for everybody, if you want to go to Jimwood Park in Steubenville, they'll have the second annual Craig A. Petrella, 5K pump and run. So if you're a weightlifter, you can lift some weights and then you run. You get some time reduced off of your run. But basically, they're running and lifting to raise money to get AEDs, which helps when someone suffers a heart attack and they need immediate care. And they're donating that to youth sports organizations around the Ohio Valley. So they were able to purchase one last year. A couple more have already been obtained this year before they even have the run. So hopefully you go out. And Ray, if you don't know CPR, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Registration's at 8. 8:30 tomorrow morning, they're going to have a complete CPR class. So if you're there, you can learn, figure out what you need to do. So we have that going on with the second annual Craig A. Petrella Pump and Run 5K. And then we had
a great cause, man.
Then we had a couple of big red standouts, Bronco Busick and Ethan Pappas. They're going to fight MMA action on Saturday up just outside of Pittsburgh. So that's going on. And now it's a hat trick of Steubenville's own.
Bill Phillips, you bring the best out of everybody, man. You got Craig Petrella, got a great cause going. You got Bronco Busick. His dad was the big bully.
Yeah.
So he's doing whatever he can do. I seen Bronco and his daughter and my granddaughter at the dance recital down at Buckeye Local. So
there you go.
It's good to see him doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's doing well is the second annual Frank Colalella Charitable Golf Foundation golf outing. That's coming up on September 12th. But before we talk about it, right over my shoulder, you see it, right? Valley Converting. We have to thank Mike Biasi and his crew up in T-Town, the gem city of Toronto, Ohio, for all that they do for the 9-minute Phill-Up. And we can't thank them enough. And I just lost the screen, right? That's not good.
Yeah, Mike Biasi, good guy, carrying on the legacy of his father, Gino, up in Toronto, doing good things in that paper factory that they have up there where they recycle. Former Michael played for me at Harding.
Oh, did he?
It was the Harding Bulldogs. Yeah.
Oh, the Harding Bulls.
So
they're the Bulldogs?
Yeah, they were the Bulldogs before the consolidation with the Grant Tigers.
And then they became the
Harding Stallions.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was.
I did not know
I
that.
started out my first 5 years in the school system as a teacher coach for Grant Tigers. Then, whenever Bob Hedman reorganized and Reno became a member of the varsity staff, I moved to Harding, and they formed the Harding Stallions.
Huh.
So
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a great thing right there. I tell you, bringing together, that all come about from Dan Keenan, former superintendent. Steubenville City Schools, athletically and academically, they strive today because of what Dan Keenan put in place, back in the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the things we're going to do is first hear from Valley Converting.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story. Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
Recycle for your future.
Again, we can't thank Mike Biasi and his crew for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. If you want to get some paper products redone, recycled, give them new life, head to T-Town, the gem city of Toronto, Ohio. Mike will take care of you. Just ask for him. Now, if you want to play some golf, if you want to help a charitable foundation that's doing a lot for students, not just in Steubenville, but across the Ohio Valley, you need to be a part of the Frank Colalella second annual Charitable Foundation Golf Outing. It's set for September 12th this year at the Steubenville Country Club, 8 a.m. registration, 9 a.m. shotgun start. Now, your packages include one foursome of golfers, sponsored signage, verbal recognition, country club lunch, dinner, and drinks, chances to win door prizes, golf proximity prizes. So that means closest to the hole, a big drive. So what you're telling me is when you're playing, you're going for closest to the whole big drive. You're just saying no, not worried about it.
You know, I mean,
Longest putt. There you go.
I just chip and putt. You know, in these scramble events, I can't move the ball like I used to, but it's all in a bunch of fun. I mean, I'm sure we're going to max out at 23 teams. That's not going to be an issue for us. I mean, but we're just humbled in reality, Bill, by the generosity that has been shown to us in the first year, you know, enabling us to continue Frank's legacy and give out scholarships. We've given out scholarships to the Jefferson County JVS, Steubenville Big Red, Catholic Central, and Indian Creek. This year, we're going to move across the river and take in the two schools where his children went to school at, and that's Madonna and Brook.
All right.
We're going to go. We're going to continue to go up and down the Ohio Valley because Frank impacted a lot of lives just through a personal friendship, through his businesses. He was a serial entrepreneur, Paul Carpellotti calls him. You know, we get a lot of money from just our former classmates, the auto industries from so many different angles. I mean, it's just we're truly humbled by the money, the amount of money. First year we raised $62,000.
That's fantastic.
And we're gonna, you know, our goal was to get to about 120,000 this year, and then just cruise from the rest of the time because the foundation's been built for this, and you couldn't do it for a better person. I mean, Frank Colalella was salt of the earth. I mean, never met a stranger. You know, just a good man, good man.
And if you're wondering if you want to sponsor, 100% of all sponsorship contributions will be directly deposited to the Frank Colalella Charitable Foundation. All costs associated with the golf outing, including lunch, dinner, and drinks, are fully covered by donations. Now, the thing is, you know, some people, we talked about this, believe it or not, Ray, it has been a year already since the last time that we talked about this. And I was sitting here, you were talking about Frank, and I thought, we did this a year ago already? Yeah. Man, like you said, time flies. But some people may know Frank from his businesses, his business ventures. I know him more as a referee.
Yep, football and basketball. Frank was he was the worst basketball official I've ever seen. He got in the way. He got in the way of.
Do you truly believe that? You truly believe he's the worst?
Well, I like to kid him about that because he was a technician. He let the coaches get away with a lot, you know, verbally and things to that effect. And Frank, I remember the best story I have about Frank as a basketball official is, you know, Joe Dunleavy, when we approached him about helping support this and get Indian Creek behind it, he said, you know, Raymond, Frank Colalella never took a check from Indian Creek for any football or basketball games. And Joe's the athletic director. And Joe said every time I would give him a check, he would say, Joe, keep it, give it to the kids. I mean, that's Frank Colalella.
Yeah, and that's the great thing. He helped, and now Ray and the Charitable Foundation, Frank Colalella, they're looking for some help from you if you can possibly provide it, or maybe you know somebody that would like to be involved and would like to help students across the Ohio Valley. And again, Ray, you mentioned last year that Steubenville Central, Big Red, but now going Indian Creek, Weird Madonna, Brook, and the plans are up and down the river.
Absolutely. I mean, we want to go Weir High. We want to go Oak Glen. We want to go East Liverpool. I mean, he has car dealerships, down in the St. Clairsville area. We're going to continue to grow this. I mean, the generosity, I can't tell you, it's been off the wall. So, because Frank touched so many lives through business, through personal friendships, through refereeing. I mean, we want to touch all these lives because everybody knows Frank Colalella up and down the Ohio Valley, and that's our goal as a committee. I mean, Paul Carpellotti, he chairs it. His partner, Dan Salee, who is Ohio Motor Group, his lawyer, Jimmy Abrams, and then me and Danny Orsini and Teresa Gallardi. We were classmates of him. So that's the committee that has been working on it. We're going to continue to promote this, and we're going to continue to give scholarships in his name. And our goal is, we just hope that the kids that receive it, and we told every school when we were there, the kids that receive it, we hope you are as proud to receive it as we are to give it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if I'm going to give everybody a second to get a pen, piece of paper, whatever the case may be, maybe you text it on your phone, but I'm going to give you an address where you can actually send a check. You want to make it charitable, maybe you don't have time to play, and you just want, hey, I want to send $50. I want to be a part.
Bill, I'll tell you, we raised last year, like I said, $62,000, and $32,000 of that was just donations. People that didn't even golf.
There you go.
Just from auto dealerships and auctions and personal friends from our 1972 class at Central, just sending money. It's been so well received. Me and Paul Carpellotti, we've been running golf tournaments probably for the past 15 years at the country club for different things, donating money to different things. And this bill has been so easy. I'm a pretty organized person, so it's been so easy to raise this money, and the generosity, it humbles you. I mean, it humbles you.
I was going to ask you that. You mentioned 62,000, then you mentioned 32,000 is just off of donations. What does that tell you about Frank, that in the first year, and people are just finding out about it, and all of a sudden I'm writing a check at $32,000. You didn't even have to have the golf tournament. You would have raised over $30,000.
That just tells us, what we're doing is for the right type of guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank Colalella. I mean, when people send you a $5,000 check and you look at it and they say, can't make it, love what you're doing. I mean, Frank was a beautiful person. I mean, come on. What else you got to hear about that? I mean, that's the lives that, and he was he was my closest friend since we were 5 years old. He passed away 3 years ago on his birthday. And this year we've added something to it. We have a hole-in-one sponsored by Saxon Jewelers, who's going to give away some jewelry. And we're going to put that hole in memory of Rick Alessi, one of our other classmates who just died, a year ago on his birthday on the golf course. So that has generated a lot of money. We're fortunate enough to have a very, very close graduating class, and it's just a good thing. I'm very proud to be associated with it.
All right, businessman, referee. Let's get down to the brass tacks. You grew up with him since you're 5 years old. What made him special through and through? Because it's more than just he was a great business guy. He's a guy that didn't take money when he was reffing games. What at his core was special about him?
His core value was something that we put in his obituary, and Frank Colalella lived his life with a smile on his face and love in his heart for everybody, Bill. I mean, Frank Colalella was a perfect gentleman. He had a very, very short fuse, but he considered, his employees, his family. I mean,
Mhm.
the many golf trips that we went on, I saw him, firsthand deal with his people. And Frank was just a good person. Behind the scenes things of creating Christmases for employees, his attitude that he always felt that there was good in everyone and
Mhm.
everybody was able to do something. Whereas several times I would tell him, Frank, get rid of this guy. I mean, he's stealing money off you, Frank.
Mhm.
It's obvious. So instead of firing the guy, for stealing money off him, which I thought was flat out stupid, and he would say, Raymond, he goes, I'll get it back in another way. He says he's got a wife and 2 kids, and he goes, I'm going to try and bring it along. So that's how he never gave up on anybody.
So he was always serving somebody else.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, you can't say enough good things about it. And it's just not me saying that because he was my closest and dearest friend, but it's the results that we have gotten from this. The proof is in the pudding, and people are giving money to honor his name. And they've continued. We said, wow, what a great year we had. And we thought that it would be, wow, okay, we're off and running.
Yeah.
But now, I mean,
It's
like,
gangbusters.
we're 2 weeks away and we still got money coming in, and we're at $88,000, Bill. I mean, I hate to throw that number out there, but that number just shows me that, we're honoring the right guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So what we're talking about, if you're just joining us, the second annual Frank Colalella Charitable Foundation golf outing. It's set for September 12th. So basically about a month away. It's a Friday. It's September 12th. It's a Friday. Are there still teams available?
Very few.
Okay.
Very few teams are available. And I've told everybody, if you played last year, you get the first option. But come July 9th, it's going open to the public. So we're moving like gangbusters. I don't have any concern about not having 23 teams.
Okay.
23 teams, as far as John Denholm told us at the country club, is the max, because any more than that, then we would have to start renting carts.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that.
All right. So now I've given people enough time. If they want to write this down, if you want to send in a check, make a check or money order payable. Frank Colalella, and that's Colalella, Charitable Foundation, care of Paul Carpellotti, Carapellotti, 72 Airport Road, Wintersville, Ohio, 43953. So if you can't play golf, you don't have an opportunity to play golf, and you want to make a donation, it's a great foundation.
We'll get a tax ID number on there too. That you can
put that on?
Put it on your taxes. It is tax deductible, and
all right.
We appreciate that.
All right. And it's going to help students this year, students from Brook, Indian Creek, Jefferson County Vocational School, Weirton Madonna, the Steubenville Crusaders, and Steubenville Big Red will all be impacted by scholarships that are going to be given away by the Frank Colalella Charitable Foundation. And they have a golf outing that's going to raise more money again this second year. And again, that's September 12th, Friday. It's a Friday, September 12th. And then it is, of course, in 2025. So great doings from everybody on this, Ray. And one of the things we're also going to do before the tournament comes up, I believe Skylar Shabansky is going to talk to you and do a little preview story on this.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that. So you can look forward to that a little bit down the road. But we are here today talking about the golf tournament coming up. And all right, just in case you were wondering, Ray, Hans has checked in. And he says, hey, Bill, after work, you should go to Mark's Carryout to get a roast beef sandwich. So, that's Hans. Not a bad idea. I haven't been to Mark's Carryout.
Where's that at?
I don't know. Hans, I don't know where that is, Hans. Where's Mark's Carryout? So, anyways, one of the other things I wanted to ask you about, you have a new position that you're involved in on the recreation board for the city of Steubenville, Parks and Rec. What do you see there? What do you everybody's looks at everything and they sit back and you look at the baseball fields, the parks around the city, you look at the pool. So just as someone that's going to be new on that board, but has been hands-on with sports and Parks and Rec his entire life, what do you see from for the city of Steubenville in the future?
First off, I'm a very opinionated guy.
Wait a minute. Whoa, time out.
And I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. But I'm Reno because of what he got going on. Reno was on the rec board, and Reno asked me. He says, "Will you finish my term for me?"
Okay.
He said, because I just Reno got too much going on, with what he's doing, and I said okay, because I think I'm a perfect fit for the rec board personally. I mean, I think I am, and I have some ideas, and I've been going to city council, and I met with the city manager, and your job on the rec board is to advise and to give suggestions on the way things should be done. Okay. So that's my goal. My goal is to go to the meetings. I've spent time viewing all the parks. I got a list of all the parks. I went to all the parks. I'm going to travel to them again. I met with the recreation director about things, offhandedly. But you have the Friends of Beatty Park, who just got a state and national award for what they've been doing. You have the Steubenville Baseball Organization led by Ted Gorman, for 7 years, the Friends of Beatty Park for 6 years, the Franciscan University, who made a major investment in the tennis courts back there. I mean, you have a city council that wants to get more money for the rec board. But my opinion is you have to show the people of the city that you are accountable for what's going on. And I'm a big person on accountability. And Bill, having people be accountable, sometimes you ruffle feathers.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to happen. So I'm not going to be a career member of the recreation board. I'm a person that if I can go in there and I can have a positive impact just on the organization of things and the way and showing the Friends of Beatty Park and the Steubenville Baseball Organization and the Franciscan University, showing them that you appreciate what they're doing by extending common courtesies to them and looking at the field rentals and what are your priorities? I mean, what are your priorities of a recreation department? What do you want to show the city that you're doing well at? I want to make everybody's first impression a good impression. And the first thing that comes to my mind is what my mother always taught me: cleanliness is next to godliness. Yeah. And that's how I feel. And that's what I'm going to address. If I get a lot of pushback and I can't get movements on the way, then I'm not long for this position. I mean, I'm 71 years old in September. So, but I got children and grandchildren and friends that got grandchildren.
You're invested.
I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I've lived in Steubenville all my life. I don't have any grass growing under my feet because I get around. I mean, I leave the city and I have a good time with my life. But this is where I'm gonna be buried, and my grandkids are. So I'm all in as long as the Lord lets me breathe.
Yeah. So you want to make it positive for everybody. A lot of good things going on in the city of Steubenville, but as you say, you can always make it better with everything that you do. So
absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing what you do with that. And Hans has checked in, and he says it's in Wellsburg. Mark's carry out if you want to get that roast beef sandwich.
Nothing better than a good roast beef sandwich.
No, well, can't beat that. And then Ian Phillips checking in. The man, Ray, what a great man for the community.
Ian Phillips.
I'll tell you what, I know that guy. and he's a good judge of character. Because
Yeah.
I know that knowing you, as long as I've known you, and knowing how much you care about this community and Steubenville and the school system and everything, I know you're going to do a great job in that position. I just wanted to mention that because we had that in the news that you were going to be on the board,
Yep.
and just wanted to give you an opportunity to, let everyone know where your head was at and what you were doing with that. Now we're going to wrap things up, Ray. I'm going to give you the final 30 seconds, minute. We've got the second annual Frank Colalella Charitable Foundation Golf Outing, September 12th. It's a Friday at the Steubenville Country Club. 23 teams will be involved, and scholarship money will be going to the Brook Bruins, Indian Creek Redskins, the Jefferson County Vocational School, Weird Madonna Blue Dons, Steubenville Central Crusaders, and Steubenville Big Red. And then over the years, it's going to be opened up, these scholarships funds, because so much money's coming in.
Yeah, but you have to, I learned a lot from it. You have to spend, when you have this foundation, you have to spend 5% of what you have. So that's what we're hoping not to cut into the bottom line. So we're going to give away in scholarships the interest that we make. So this will go on a long time. The youngest member on our board is Dan Salee, and that was Frank's partner with the car lot. So I said, hey, Dan, this is going to be your show. You know what I mean? Because we're going to have enough money to continue to go up and down the valley and give scholarships. And people, listen, if you knew Frank in any way and you want to give or you don't want to give, stop up, sit down, have a drink with us. Be friends. Will be plenty of food and a party. We'll be there from 8 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's all in good name. Stop up and say hello. You have an open invitation. Thanks everybody for giving. We appreciate it.
All right, Ray. One last thing. What if there was one reason to let people know that they need to be involved in this? And what is it, that one thing about Frank that you think is more important that everybody know over everything else?
Frank was his thing was God, family, and friends, and Frank lived in that manner, and he never ever put himself in front of anybody. He was the most humble multimillionaire that I've ever known in my life. He was a salt of the earth guy, started out with $200 in his pocket and built an empire. And always was a generous person. You can't go wrong. You support Frank Colalella Foundation. I guarantee you that. You got to go a long way to find somebody not to speak well of him.
All right, Ray, thank you very much again. As we wrap things up, second annual Frank Colalella Charitable Foundation Golf Outing, September 12th. That's a Friday. Registration 8 a.m., 9 a.m. shotgun start. Registration, you may be out of luck by then if you wait until the day of, because the places are going fast. 23-team field. It'll be full. So if you want to be a part of it, please do that. But you stop by the day of the tournament. Drop off 20 bucks in the bucket. Every little bit helps. And they are off to a great start. So again, the second annual Frank Colalella Charitable Golf Foundation Golf Outing. Ray, as always, wish you well with that, and looking forward to seeing what you do on the rec board as well. And we have to thank Valley Converting right behind us again for all that they do for the 9-minute Phill-Up. And Ray, you already know the 2 rules from last year. 2 rules, and he lives these rules. 2 rules: have fun and always try your best. Until next time, everybody, we will see you on the 9-minute Phill-Up. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.